Cool. This is what I was trying to do. It's trying to go live on the channel. That it being difficult. And I think I just did it. Excuse me. Jeez. I think I did, y'all. What's good, y'all? It's good to see you. It's been a while. It's been a hot minute. Can y'all see me? Like, leave a comment if y'all can see me. Just making sure. Trying to see and everything. Click on it. Hopefully that doesn't screw with it. Just looking at the settings because I want to make sure that the live is up and the live is going and everything. See. Okay, changes saved. Alrighty, can you guys see me? How do I? My question is, how do I see it? I'm just trying to like see the like trying to see the comments and everything. Maybe if I go to normal YouTube and do that, cause like usually like I put up comments and then they don't show up on my onto the phone like they should. So I gotta click it real quick. Give me a sec. Okay. Now you're gonna hear an echo. There it is. Now I am 100% sure that streaming from my phone. Alrighty, y'all. How y'all doing? It's been a hot minute. Gonna grab my bones for you. Grabbing 2 pieces. The hamper salad. The hamper sidecar rib, I think it's called. I hope it's called, and I didn't just fuck up the name. This is my good old classic map that I just always keep on. Like, let me exit this out. Over here. Cool. Kept the exit over there. Good to know. Y'all are here. Y'all just didn't say anything. Let me see. Okay. Let's take some puffs. Grab your shits with you right now at this moment. Take a puff with me because we are about to get into taking a puff. Our first puff right here. Cheers. First one was light and easy. dabs, by the way. Already, but dog hair in my pinky finger, y'all. Jesus. Playing some King Palms and not King Palms. King Parsley's dead ass King Palms. I wish King Parsley's in my high, like real high, guys. But planning these over here. Purple snow. Medium plat. Enchanted soil is required though. Okay, good to know. Can plant that right there. The rest, ultra snow apples. Rank 4. Okay, so that means like the max pest level that it'll get would be level 4 if I remember right. Those are the guidelines. You kind of gotta match that up, sort of thing. Like the level they are, that's like the level of pests they're most likely to get, or the max level of pests they're most likely to get, which you have to be ready to fend off. And the only time I was able to fend off a level 7 pest was one time when I was lucky enough to have a treasure card for it, and it takes forever to get to level 12 of Grand Mastery, so that's a huge pain in the ass. That's always pleasant. So yeah, wizard always a walk in the park. Maybe he'd be like, is that something in my teeth? I'm only human. I'm only human, y'all. Just put this where it's supposed to be. Ultra trumpet. Okay. Pest spells. Max I can do is level 5. See, garden treasure cards even. Oh, I can kill level 6 spells with a treasure card, but it's only one time. I gotta pay attention to that, and I gotta look at what I have, like the cards that I have, and if I'm able to provide for like the plants that I'm gonna plant in my wizard's garden without having to have them just die and have like a dead plant there. You could plow the plant, but that's a waste of planting in the first place. Taking all that time with it there. It's a waste. Let's see. Rank 6. Plants all seeds of the same kind. Oh, I love Supreme Sunbursts, and like I love Supreme Sunbursts. I love the Flood. Like these are treasure cards, Supreme Sunbursts, Floods. I love the Zounds Bees. Zounds Bees, yep, Zounds Bees. Uncanny Magic, like the ones that like just they take care of the needs of all the plants in the place that you're in, so they're a really useful card to use and have. Let's see. Looking at these, transferring forecast hours. So yeah, I don't think I have something that can help me take care of a rank 6 seed. So yeah, I'm gonna have to save that for later. I'm gonna go put that in the seed vault after I plant some more of these. Let's see. Greens, no, I'm trying to plant the ultras first. Let's see. A normal medium plot, ultra jalapeno. Great, keep them on this side. Over there. And then looking through the rest of them, sadly you can't. Like I said, I would do this whole screen share thing on my computer and show my face, but then the screen camera, like the screen camera is really shitty, so you wouldn't be able to see me properly. And you'll be trying to see me and then getting frustrated because you'll be able to see a silhouette of something in a really bright light, and that's about it. It'll be looking like you walking into like the light. It'll be looking like you seeing Jesus. This is some shit, which is ironic because Jesus is black. Jesus and I are related by race, by blood. I'm a dork, but I do love Jesus. Love Jesus and love God. Love him. Also love yourself and respect yourself. And know that for years and years, when you weren't completely comfortable with going to church, because every single time you went, when you were younger, various older men kept trying to hit on you or pull you aside from your parents or the secret areas and be all creepy. Then if you had gone through that at churches, you wouldn't be going to church as you were either. You wouldn't be. Like, that's not the only reason I don't go. It's more that I don't feel like to have a connection with God, you have to be going to church and listening to stuff about the Bible, because you can read the Bible at home. You can pray to God at home. You can feel him and receive just as much of God at home as you can at church, because God is everywhere. God is in us. God is in all of us. So I feel like me living my best life and doing the best I can in life, and then sometimes I do write letters to him in my journal, kind of. It's funny, I write letters to God, like look, and then I'll say prayers and stuff, and those are kind of like my conversations with God. And as long as you keep up the conversation with God and you talk to him and you respect him and worship him and treat him like he's your friend. I do visit my friends' houses more often usually, but when I go to my friends' houses, you don't hear. We don't have to be completely quiet at my friends' houses and sit there and listen to them read something that I've heard like 5 times. Because, like, I'm going to church, they're saying the same story sometimes, and I'm just like, read a different part of the Bible. You've been in Psalm chapter 216 for the past 3. But God I love. Church I'm just not a fan of. It doesn't, like, the feeling or like the vibe that you have to get into and be in church is like not something that I'm able to like line myself up with, basically. That's why I don't really like going, because I feel out of place when I'm there. Okay, let's plant these lettuce, king parsley. button for seed vaults. Seed vaults. Alright. What's in the seed vault that we want to get rid of? Let's see. Because huckleberries are super, like, they're useful for selling. Okay, I can get rid of my. Let me see, I'm gonna pull. Yeah, I'm gonna move one of those out. Cancel. Let's first see what's in here. Before that, let's take another puff, eh? See, you see why it's like a weird liquid color? It's because now there's all this dirt and such in there. Well, not dirt, but ash and such, and like all that stuff in there from this. And then there's also the peace water solution I put in with my water, so like to help with like the filtration of my hits and everything. So there's the peace water in here too. I should probably clean my bong today. I will get on that, actually. That's a good plan. Y'all will be here for me to clean my bong. It is a day in quarantine, so because everyone's inside and has to stay in. People are like, it's not called quarantine unless you're quarantined. They tell you that you're sick, and I'm like, no, everyone's basically in quarantine. Like, stay at home orders the same thing as quarantine, bro. You're staying in the same place at home, and you're basically supposed to be prisoner at home unless you gotta go out and get something important. Can't see your friends. That's the same shit as quarantine. Same aspect as prison, same shit, but same shit, but it's not really prison because it's pretty relaxing to be at home most of the time when my parents aren't yelling at me for spending money on video games. My leftover money on video games and weed. But weed is my medication, so of course I'm gonna spend money on that. But then again, video games, that's not really medication, that's just enjoyment. But then again, because I'm staying home, and all I ever do now is stay home. So it's kind of like, what are you expecting me? What else do you expect me to do if there's nothing to do here yet? You get me? Alrighty, let's get another beer. Cheers. I'm gonna switch your angle. That way y'all can just look this way. Another puff with me. You know, your blunts, your bombs, your joints, rigs. Take a little puff. Okay? for joining me all today. Guess I'm not gonna be doing much else, but actually, before this is over, let's do one more little thing. I'm gonna watch this later, but let's do a little tarot session. Why don't we? With my tarot deck, my tarot cards. You know what's funny? Is that whenever I put my sometimes when I or other people, sometimes when they pull out their tarot cards and shit, people be all like, "Oh, it's El Diablo, it's the devil. You're doing stuff with the devil and stuff. Magic is from the devil. Like psychics are from the devil. Like teachers are, all that shit. Like they say it was from the devil and stuff." And I'm just like, bruh. God wouldn't have given us these tools. God would not have given us these tools and allow them to keep existing openly and become so popular now. God would not be giving them to us, and He would not be giving those gifts to people unless they were from Him and not from the devil. That's kind of how it works, bro. Realistically, that is how it is. If I need to put it in a way that you understand where I'm coming from and how I think of it, and why it really isn't from the devil. Hell, magic? In case y'all didn't know this, by the way, the moment you're having problem breathing after a big rip. You know when you take a big bong rip or a big blunt hit, and you're a little winded. It takes a few seconds to catch your breath. But yeah, bro. As I was saying, basically, the idea that witchcraft was bad was created in the Bible due to the fact that witchcraft rooted from women. The idea that witchcraft was evil was really, it was created by men back then as an idea of fear towards the idea of female knowledge, since they wanted them to be trophy wives and just they had a bunch of wives and side chicks, and they wanted them to not think and just be baby makers and stuff. So the idea that witchcraft was bad, magic was bad, because the idea of magic came from witchcraft. And the idea of witchcraft or Wicca or any sort of magic thing came from women. But everyone knows that God is actually both genders. He doesn't have a gender, actually. He's basically he's a person with multi-gender. He's a woman, he's a man, he doesn't have an exact gender kind of thing. So it's more that but this was back then during the time that they were saying God was a man, because they believed that man was the strongest sex, and that not that the sexes were equal, basically. This was during the time that women didn't really have rights as much either. You have to consider that and put that into place, and consider that when you're considering why witchcraft would be evil, especially during that time, since many Christians, even later on, during that time and later on, were known for using Christian magic. That was a thing back then. Christian magic was very popular, even though in the Bible it said witchcraft is bad. But they were using magic. Magic and witchcraft is also a whole other different thing, because there are many different kinds of magic. But magic in general they're basically subgenres of witchcraft that are different from it. How do I explain it? It's like K-pop and K-rap. There you go. Korean music has like many different genres. It's kind of like putting Korean music as like the big like genre, and then saying that there's K-pop, there's K-rap, there is cultural Korean music, like that kind of thing. There's witchcraft, and there's underneath it there's Wicca, there's Christian magic, there's Celtic magic. So like it's this whole thing with like a bunch of different categories that you can't really write off as just like one single kind of thing. So that's why, like, it's not that magic is evil, it's that witchcraft is evil, since most of the time witchcraft was used in a way of evil and manipulation, and like trying and used out of like with like selfish intent. Whereas like nowadays, like magic has developed so much and has been created in so many different ways and so many different categories, that's not the way that it used to be, where like it's evil and you talk to demons, or like you worship the devil, or like something like that. It's more open-minded, and it's always constantly changing, and there's always something new. Similar to like society. It's like, yeah, it's kind of like a whole other kind of, similar to society, it's always changing with the times, and similar to people, it's changing with the times. It's the same kind of concept with how it changes over time and how it shifts, and there become new versions. I am now babbling because I am both medicated, and I did that thing where when people are trying to write something for a report and they're trying to fit in more words and they need a few more words, they just repeat something from the past, but they repeat it in like different words. They what's that word? They paraphrase it in like a different way. Like, this is one meme for it. There are like multiple memes for it. One is like the pink dress thing. I like this dress. This dress is pink. This pink dress is very frilly. I wear this pink dress. This dress is pink. Like that kind of thing. Whereas like two people end up dying in a fire while while dying in a fire. There's like this other meme with like a news lady on the news talking about people dying in a fire sort of thing. Where, you know what I'm saying. I'm medicated. But like, yeah, I brought my notebook over here as well. But let's do the little tarot sesh, why don't we? Oops, well, already. I don't really. Old story I wrote from a while back. By the way, I do like to write. I am gonna start writing more on Wattpad, actually. I've decided to start putting those books that I've started to write by hand onto the internet and start typing them up more instead of writing it by hand all the time. I've just been kind of insecure my work, so I haven't been showing it to people really as much as I used to. Guess when you get older, you get more humble and a lot more self-esteem issues than when you were younger. But then you start to age, and you get comfortable with you. Then more than confident in yourself, people get comfortable with themselves, and the confidence comes from their comfort with themselves rather than their confidence that they're like the hottest, or like they look better than anyone, or that they look good. Because as you age, it's not about trying to be better than anyone, it's about being your best self. Like, I'm at that point where I don't care if like someone's better than me or prettier than me. I'm just like, okay, they're prettier than me. Okay, so what? Like, to some people, I might be prettier than that other person in their eyes. But even so, that wouldn't matter in general. Even if in nobody's eyes I weren't prettier than a person, that wouldn't matter, because I'm not them, I'm a different person. So I shouldn't have to meet up to their level of beauty when I have my own level of beauty, and each person has their own levels, and they can always level up, and they can always make things better, yeah, but they should be trying to create a better them, not create someone else in themselves. Anyways, into this tarot card session, deciding between these two, the Nostradamus deck and the Secrets of Tarot deck. Let's see. I do have two tarot decks. Let's see. I'm not trying to pull the Nostradamus deck right now. This deck, the Nostradamus deck, I actually got off of, I got it off of Wish.com. It is the actual, but the funny thing about it is that it is the legit, copy of the Nostradamus deck. Like, they're legit copies, and they're like just people that try to remake the copies and sell them for money. But this is one of those legit copies. You gotta be careful where you get them from, because you don't want to get cards with bad or selfish, greedy intent, is my main thing. Look at my fingers, because I'm about to touch paper. I'm gonna have to flip through paper, so you know you need moist fingers. That word though, moist. But you know you need moisturized fingers to be able to flip through paper and shit. And you need moisturized fingers to be able to flip through bags, which I plan on hopefully getting my work a sponge. I hope to like actually get them a sponge myself for the front, for cashier and everything. And that, since it's really difficult to open the bags and put stuff away, if you cannot open the bags at all. So I might keep two different journals, I think. for my tarot deck. One for work life and my now this is, I'm gonna use this notebook here. This is the one. Alright, let me turn you this way. Turn you all this way. And y'all will actually notice there's something I can put on here. What is something heavy? Okay. What could I put on it? Ooh. No, actually, that's not a good idea. I have to screw with that. I'm like, what could I put on my screen that's heavy enough? Not on my screen, on my computer, that's heavy enough to hold down that button. Oh. No. Well, that's where this went. It's in my photo. I want to keep the button down. I mean, a piece of tape could do that. I'm gonna try that shit out. Yeah, this is clear. That's the brand new tape. This one. Alright. Let's try it with tape. Yeah, just for now. And front camera. As you can see, yes, the pot is now slanted because I did actually start working on the laundry up on top there and start putting stuff away. And this pile over here is also a lot shorter due to that same exact reason. Blasphemy of love. I'm actually getting shit done and I am proud. Anyways, let's get into the shit. Definitely gonna have to work on throwing stuff out around here and sorting and things I have to give away. But anyways, bring the K-Canna in my fridge over here. Water. There we go. Let's see. A pick and pen. Alrighty. Now let's open the. I'm gonna take some. I'm just drinking some. This isn't part of a ritual or anything. I'm just drinking water. This whole thing isn't a ritual either. I love how it looks like my Jack isn't sure I'm making a face. Alrighty. Let's get into the tarot card reading. The booklet reading. And the Secrets of Tarot deck that I'm going to be using today, I actually got from my work by Below. Which, yes, I did get this deck for $5. Such a steal. Because, like, if you got it from where you would legit get it, this isn't a $5 deck, y'all. Like, if you look this up, this isn't for $5. Like, before the end, like, before, like, wrap it up, after this, look it up and I'll tell you how much this deck is actually worth. But I got it from my job at Five Below, and what happens is when these companies, they have like these extra copies like that weren't sent out to like the places that they sell it to, they take them and they send them to Five Below since they're the extras and they're just would have gotten rid of them or something, or like they're just extras. So they send them to Five Below for like a discounted price, and some discounted price. Nothing's wrong with the products. Like nothing is manipulated in the products or changed. The product is just as good. Like we have like a lot of stuff there. We have like Pilot pens, and like we have like paints and paintbrushes and different toys. We have BTS dolls, y'all. We have like the legit BTS army dolls from like their merch and stuff. Like the legit like official merch stuff. We sell BTS dolls, the actual dolls at our store, like, and like posters like My Hero Academia, Pokemon, like a bunch of shit. But anyways, let's get into this. And wow, that card was folded. I'm a little bit triggered about that. Yes, friends, I will find you a better container. I'm probably gonna knit them a pouch. Probably gonna knit a tarot deck. So, alrighty. It says 10. Wow. Yeah, like I was gonna put that in 10 too. I was just like, this is probably the last card. Like I was having a feeling. And the last card, like what I got, they're basically like different cards here. Let me show y'all. They're like basically they're different positions and stuff. And I was like, that card feels like the last card to me. And like I pick it up, it's the damn number 10. Which is really fucking funny because it's the number 10. And this mat, the final result is number 10. And that says 10. And it's the Wheel of Fortune. That's crazy. I'm happy with that. But, let's see. Basically, I have to ask a question. And then I shuffle the cards and I pick I'm gonna pick 9 other cards, and that's that's the ending to the question I had, I guess. Alright. Camera. I'm gonna call upon my guardian angels and my guardian. God, help me with this decision. As I say, like I'm saying, you don't do this without people assuming that this is the devil's stuff. Clearly it's not. I'm doing this shit through God, not through the devil. And my thing fell over while I was doing this. Oh shit, this is a mess. Alright. Alright. Then basically, here. Let me see if I can tip this enough. There you go. So y'all can see it. Trying to keep it like steady. Oh my god. Why is this so hard? This should not be this hard. All I had to do was lower this and it would have been fine. Okay. I have a little trash bag right there that I keep for like all my trash, and then when I fill it up I just go throw it. Yes? Hello, I'm doing a tarot card reading. A tarot card reading. Yeah. What about you? What you up to? Nah. Lay this card upwards, and then the other ones lay them down. This one feels like 6. I don't know why, but it just does feel like 6. 5. 3, 4. Yeah? Just reading the cards. Nothing much. What you been thinking about? Weed? I feel that. Alrighty. I picked the cards and pick up the rest of them now. I just pick up the rest of the cards. Are you watching on YouTube? Are you watching on YouTube? Me. You're in bed with Mayday? Nice. It sounds relaxing. Let's see. Alrighty. Now, these cards away in here for now. I am going to find them a better pouch though, for sure. Alrighty, then. See, present position is King of Wands. Man, I've returned green eyes one. Restless, outspoken, ambitious. Seems about right. Let's see. Let's see. These are like different spreads. This is like K. King of Wands, diamonds. Action. One represents people with green eyes. The light brown hair. Positive, motivated people. King of Wands. Immediate influence would be 5 of Wands. Arguments and battles around me. That seems about right. Immediate influence. That goal or destiny. 5 of Pentacles. Delays or money coming in from the call. Let me see. Pentacles. That's new one. Money. Brown to black. Professional or business people. 5. person with who causes me that has many battles ahead of me. Basically, I have arguments, heavy in battles. The goal for me would be delays around money. Delays around money. What do you mean? What does that mean? That's not really explaining too much for me here. I'm trying to like figure it out and read these, but it's hard to figure it out. Money. Who will have my destiny? My goal is to be coming in from the cold of money. And recent past 4 cups of money, fluctuations, being offered something you may not want. Four of cups. Let me see. Yeah, I feel that. You said I'm being fruits. In the past, I had to deal with many fluctuations and offerings of things that I did not and may not. Yeah, from future influence shows the sphere of influence that will come to being in the near future. The chariot, movement of residence, journey, victory over a situation or problem, balancing the opposite polarity. I'm gonna move somewhere soon. Interesting. Oh. 1, 2, hit 3. Present position. 2. Immediate and immediate. 3. Oh, I forgot 4 reason. Wait, that's why I was confused. Okay. My goal is to collect some money coming from the pool. Major events. Major events and influence which existed in the past upon which present events are based. Distant past, Ace of Wands. New beginnings, birth, new ideas, creation. Yeah, my interest in cannabis definitely is what inspired me wanting to do this in the first place. And then with recent past events, influence, focus, money, focus, being offered something you may not want. Yeah, I feel it. 6, future influence, just the sphere of influence that will come into being in the near future. It's going to be victory over the issue. The questioner shows the position or attitude, attempts to place the questioner in proper perspective. King of Swords, right? Cold, abrasive, demands respect. Which one? Attempt, physical position or attitude. Attempts to place the questioner in proper perspective. I'm cold, abrasive, and I demand respect. Yes, but that's more me honestly hiding, because I've let my guard stand for years and years, and that's got me fucked up over and over again. So then I put up walls, and now people see me as cold, abrasive, and yeah, I do demand, my aura demands respect from people, so I guess that does make sense. Sword skill challenge. Whose opinion we respect? People whose opinion we respect. Swords represent people whose opinion we respect. Not always older people, but those with a reserved and mature outlook. That does seem right. Honestly, cold and abrasive, but I am straight up, and my brutal honesty is honestly what makes me so cold and abrasive in the eyes of most people. So environmental factors shows the questioner's influence on other people in events, reveals tendencies and factors with respect to other people which may have an effect on the questioner. Okay, this is accurate. Justice. Okay, yeah. This seems about right. Legal situation. My influence on other people and their events. Tendencies and factors which the factors and tendencies. With respect to other people. Reveals tendencies and factors. With respect to other people. Oh, my influence on other people and things about me that may cause things to happen to other people, but does affect me. Legal situation or document police. Finding out the truth in the matter affecting the balance. Alright, here goes. The thing about me wanting to become a cannabis, like, trying to become big in the community, hopefully cannabis entrepreneur, because I want to open, like, a clothing store that, like, a stoner street style based clothing store that can also, like, take ideas from K-pop fashion and modern day American street style and mix it up and everything. So like, but the thing about my situation, like, to be able to do all that and to also be able to like continue to do that, and also because I want to open dispensaries that will help other people be able to afford shit, and open, like, I have other things, like other little ideas in my head, like little entrepreneurial ideas that I know would catch on in the cannabis community. Like, I have so many, like, I have a lot of, what's the word? I have so many pitches, so many great pitches, but the thing about it, the legal situation or document is the fact that I am 20 years old. I am not 21, which is the legal, what is it? The legal recreational age to consume cannabis. However, I do have a med card, which allows me to consume it since I use it medically for my migraines and my period cramps. Honestly, like, I do use it to help ease my period cramps since they get really, really bad. And like my different, like, sometimes I have muscle spasms, and like I have different, like, I have tension headaches. I have no appetite due to my subscription medication. The migraines are also a side effect of the medication. I have nausea and stuff like that. Side effect of the medication. Depression, anxiety, also a side effect of that. But then that also, like, it was something that was in my genetics from down the line in my family anyway. So the fact that I used that medication, I already had, like, mild depression and anxiety. I started taking the meds. I was getting bullied a lot at the time when I was younger in, like, K through 8, so that started to get to me. My depression grew more, and like, not only was it the meds that kind of like got, like, that started interacting with those hormones and those endorphins and emotional chemicals in my body, and made my depression and anxiety, like, become an actual disorder in me, but like also like my own genetic history and my situation that I was in that, like, made this whole thing develop. And now I got not only ADHD, I got depression and anxiety, not only because the medicine made me more vulnerable to having those disorders, but because I was already basically predisposed to that since it was in my genetic history down my family line. And there is a history of mental disorders in my biological family. Since I'm adopted into a Sri Lankan family, like, in my biological family, there's like a history of mental disorders, anything from ADHD to Asperger's to depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder. My birth mom has bipolar disorder. So that's, and my brothers both have, one of them has depression, the other has anxiety. So that's like a whole thing. And so, like, because of, like, me, like, having those, like, disorders, like, cannabis is, like, one of the things used as treatment for depression and anxiety, and it's also used as treatment for, like, PMSing and, like, really bad cramps, migraines, anxiety, depression. Like, it's used for all of those things. So I was able to get prescribed cannabis through a medical marijuana doctor, which is a thing you have to go through when you want a cannabis card. You actually have to talk to them, explain different things. Like, people are like, it's so easy, like, you never get denied. That's actually a lie. People can very much so get denied if they tell that you're clearly not even taking the conversation seriously, and that you're really just there to completely take advantage of cannabis, and, like, only use it for like recreational purposes and like just give it or like sell it elsewhere, they know that you're not going to be using it like responsibly, like they will not give you a card. That's like the main reason they will not give you a card. So yes, it is very possible to be denied a med card. It is. I have friends that have been denied med cards, and I was just like, good, because I know you would take advantage of that shit anyways, because I know some of my friends that like they would take it, some of them would. So I don't do that. Like, I don't sell anything. I like keep to myself. I use it medically. It helps me with my migraines. It helps me stay in the zone and concentrate and get shit done like I am right now. And with me talking to you and everything. So, like I was saying, but with that matter being said in hand, since I am not 21, it is more difficult to find a dispensary or companies that be willing to work with me as like as an influencer, since I'm not 21, and like they're like scared that maybe like the laws will try to still come after them because they're trying to have me like maybe they're trying to have me test how good their product is and like give like a review on like the high or something, and they're going to be like, but this is medication, why are you trying to do this for this. They might be scared of those regulations or stuff, since some places are also only adult use facilities, but they let in medical patients because they know that they need their meds, and they're like, okay, let's help you out. Even a lot of recreational patients, I like to call them patients, because even most people that use cannabis recreationally usually use it medically to relax and to help them with pains or headaches or like stress and anxieties in their life. They do use it medically to help them get their shit together. So like, it's a huge thing. Cannabis is a huge medicinal thing for people. It's like their zen thing to help them calm down, read a book. It's kind of like someone sitting down with a cigarette, but it's a healthier cigarette that will not give you cancer, that helps with killing cancer. That actually does the opposite. It helps with killing cancer and has a lot of other medical benefits. So, yeah. Yeah, due to that, like, I might not have as much luck, is basically what they're saying. Since events would be harder for me to host too, since I'm 20, and a lot of companies, when you want to host a cannabis event, they're like, nope, 21 and over. Especially since most of them are like hosted in LA, and like that's the main place that people like host those cannabis events and get-togethers and stuff. And in LA, they have this weird thing that most of the time, like, they're like menus, like, even though they're medical patients, they cannot, like, they'll be like, no, even though they're medical patients, they cannot like go to these events for this clearly medical plant, this clearly like medicinal plant. The event is surrounded around this medicinal plant, which was at first legalized for medical patients, and now they're saying, no, we're going to keep those medicinal patients out. This is strictly a recreational thing for 21 plus. So even though the reason I got my rec was so that I could get more involved in the community and do it right, be a good example, show people the right way to go about obtaining cannabis, they're leaving LA's like, we're going to leave those people that are doing it the right way out, and we're going to bring in the 21 plus people that most of them probably never had a rec in the first place and got weed illegally throughout the whole time. So like, it's a hypocritical thing that triggers me. Like, I'm not saying like all people that like are 21 plus or use it recreationally are like that, but there are a lot of people that were and are, so that's why it kind of gets to me, and that's like a huge factor. And now my inner emotions about this. 7 of Wands. My inner emotions, the inner hopes, hidden emotions, and secret desires, fears, and anxieties of the questioner, including future thoughts. 7 of Wands. Frustrations. You are able to overcome your frustration. You are on top of the situation. And then my final result would be the Wheel of Fortune. I'm definitely going to fold up the Wheel of Fortune. Elevation of money, overseas trip, completion phases. Completion phases. Nice. So it's basically, it's saying like like the ending point would maybe be an elevation of money, like a completion of like my goals and like different things I wanted to do, and an overseas trip. That's interesting. Alrighty. Excuse me while I be real with you. I'm gonna be real with you right now. Excuse me while I respectively wipe my peats because I am sweating a lot since I'm wearing this jacket. And my fan is broken. Like the top circle thing, it fell off. It like actually cracked in the middle between the place where it bends. It cracked like in the middle of like that where it turns right there, and like the actual fan attachment. So like right in the middle it cracked, and the fan just detached, and now it's like that whole like the fan part, the part with like the fan that blows and everything, and the cage thing, it's basically hanging to that pole by a wire, by a really thick ass wire. So like yeah, that fan is broken. That's why it's moved, and that's why I have more space on this side. And that is another reason that I've started cleaning my room, since I'm like, wow, there's more space. I'm like, wait, if I clean up, there'll be a lot more space. So yeah. Alrighty. We will do we're gonna do one more drawing. And now let's take a little puff here before I go into asking my next question I have for the cards here. And for this I'm going to have to separate the major arcana from the minor in my cards. Is that what that is called, if I remember right? Maybe I need to clean the inside of this, I'm assuming. Perhaps, because it seems like it might be gunky. When clouds are not being produced, that usually means something is gunking up in this. Because a little, not that it's out, because a little tiny dab in the G-pen can go a real long fucking way. So, let me, it's very Yeah. Okay. First you stick this in there. Oh my goodness. Yep, it's sticky in there. Oh yeah, it's sticky in there. Alright guys. There we go. Cool. And now that I clean that with the top right here. Just put it back in. Gently. And take one puff in the red mode. No, the red mode. Babe. Babe. Well, he's missing. In the meantime, I'm gonna work on separating them. Alright. C major. 7. 10. These are my future. I'm sure that. Those are some other measures. Because you gotta divide everything up. Measure. 1. ones mean cups. So many cups. Close by anyone. My bad. My bad, y'all. That totally spaz right there. I'm gonna do this last spread and then I'm gonna end it. This is a bit of a different spread, so I'm gonna just put this away. I'm like, how did I fold it last time? Trying to figure out how the hell I folded it. That down over here. These are for sure. My future. Alrighty. Let me just quickly glide this in. I'm stronger in myself. I'm thinking about like after I read through the tarot cards. this out. I'm gonna end this nail, but not the normal way. The normal way. What am I saying? I'm not gonna just press the end button and be like, okay, bye. Take a bong rip for you guys. Wait, yeah. Alright, come back with me this way. I'm gonna journal about that, of course. But first, as I said, I'm gonna end this now. So to end this for you, take a little bong rip. I was looking for hemp work, but then I realized my hemp work is over there, so I'm gonna just use the light. Cheers. Thanks for watching, y'all, and I will see y'all next video. Bye.